My brother spent years telling everyone I was the family's biggest disappointment, so I accidentally became the reason he got exposed. I have a question. What's the most satisfying revenge you've ever gotten without actually planning it? For me, it happened at my brother's wedding. My older brother, Ethan, spent most of our childhood acting like I was the mistake our parents never recovered from. He was the star athlete, the straight A student, the kid whose trophies covered an entire shelf in our living room. I was the quiet younger sister who liked books, volunteering, and staying out of drama. According to Ethan, that made me boring. Every family gathering turned into a performance. If Emma put half as much effort into life as she puts into reading, she'd probably have friends. Careful asking Emma for advice. She thinks being nice is a personality. Everyone laughed because Ethan was charming. I laughed too because arguing only made things worse. The older we got, the more he treated me like a joke. When he got engaged to his fiancée Madison, he somehow became even more unbearable. He constantly talked about his six-figure salary, his new house, and how successful he was compared to everyone else, especially me. At Thanksgiving, he raised a glass and said, "Here's to finding your purpose in life. Some of us are still searching." Then he looked directly at me. The whole table went silent. My parents told him to stop. He just smiled. The thing was, Ethan's entire image was built on being perfect. Successful career, perfect relationship, perfect future. Nobody questioned him until his wedding rehearsal dinner. I was helping Madison organize seating charts when she suddenly asked me a weird question. "Hey, did Ethan ever mention working late every Thursday?" I shrugged. "Not really." She frowned. "That's strange. He told me he's been staying at the office every Thursday for almost a year." Something about her expression made my stomach drop. Then she showed me her phone. A notification from a restaurant reservation. 2 people. Every Thursday. Same upscale restaurant. The reservation wasn't made under Madison's name. It was under a woman named Claire. At first, I assumed there had to be an explanation. Maybe a client. Maybe a coworker. But Madison looked sick. Apparently, she'd already seen messages. A lot of messages. And none of them looked professional. She started crying right there in the hotel lobby. I spent the next hour sitting with her while she tried to figure out what to do. The wedding was less than 24 hours away. Hundreds of guests were already in town. Her parents had flown across the country. She kept asking the same question. How could he do this? I didn't have an answer. The next morning, everyone gathered at the venue. The music was ready. The flowers were perfect. Guests filled every seat. Then Madison walked to the front. Except she wasn't wearing the smile everyone expected. She took the microphone. Her hands were shaking. And she said, "Before the ceremony starts, I think everyone deserves to know why it won't be happening." The room went completely silent. Then she explained everything. The messages, the lies, the year-long affair, every single detail. People turned toward Ethan. His face went white. For the first time in his life, he couldn't talk his way out of something. Madison handed back the engagement ring and walked out. Half the guests followed her. The other half sat there staring at Ethan. My parents looked devastated. Not because the wedding was canceled, because they had just learned who their son really was. A week later, Ethan called me. I expected him to be angry. Instead, he sounded defeated. "You know what's messed up?" he said. "What? You were always the person I acted like I was better than." I didn't respond. After a long silence, he continued. "And somehow you're the one everybody still respects." For years, Ethan thought success was about looking impressive. Turns out people care a lot more about character than appearances. And that was the last time he ever called me a disappointment.